Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
Let's talk about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will be coming to the UK next week. He'll be commentating for Tyson Fury, and they're looking to build that fight. What do you think of the potential fight between them two?
I think Deontay Wilder at this point knocks out Tyson Fury because Tyson hasn't been back long enough. He's been out 3 years nearly, if not more. He's taken off a lot of weight in 4 or 5 months. And he fought one dismal fight. Now he's fighting basically a basic boxer in Pianetta. And I just think that it might be too soon for him to get in with a Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder clips him somewhere in that fight and hurts him, stops him.
I could see that, but I actually think the fight's not going to happen. Actually, I think they're just doing it to promote Tyson's next fight because Tyson, he with the last guy, he kissed the guy on the lips, and people probably not taking him seriously. So maybe they're just doing this to try and drum up some attention for Tyson.
They come across the pond. I think they're going to do it. I think the fight's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the investors, can make money on that fight. Frank Warren can make money on that fight. Tyson, Deontay, they all can make money on that fight.
Okay.
I think that Tyson will suffer his first loss. I doubt very seriously if he's going to beat Deontay Wilder. If he do, it'll be a surprise to me.
I think they're going to do it in America as well on pay-per-view. I think they can drum up some attention.
Deontay Wilder's going to, I'm telling you, Deontay Wilder's going to clip Tyson somewhere in that fight. When he does, he won't survive it. He won't survive it. It doesn't make sense to me that you got one fight back, 2 fight backs, and you're going to fight the heavyweight champion of the world who's knocking everybody out. It doesn't make sense to me. But and then I'm not sold on this guy that's training Tyson. I'm not sold on him. I'm not saying that he's not a trainer, but I'm saying that he's not an experienced trainer. I think he made a big mistake in letting Peter Fury go. He may think different, but I think he made a big mistake doing that and taking on this new guy. I don't think the guy's qualified. I don't think the guy's been there to the gate enough to conduct somebody in a world heavyweight championship fight. In other words, if something goes wrong in the fight, I don't think the guy will have what it takes to get Tyson out of the trouble.
Yeah, that's possibility. That's a possibility. But Tyson, at this point, like, the money's nice. I mean, the thing is, he's gonna look bad. Each fight he takes, he looks really bad. So it's like people still remember his last fight with your guy Vladimir. But the fight he had recently was like, people look, this guy's not serious. He's not serious. So I think this is the whole thing to make him serious. And maybe it's a cash out fight. Maybe he's going to cash out. I agree with what you said. Maybe they know that they're just going to get paid. They're going to get paid because Eddie Hearn won't give them the money they want. So maybe they're going to go to Wilder, and because Wilder will give them a higher percentage. I feel that's what it's about. It's money, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that Tyson Fury stands to make a lot of money. All he has to do is stay undefeated. He can make money. He's marketable, especially in Britain. He's marketable, and he can make money. So he doesn't have to jump out the window, so to speak, boxing Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
I think that he can stay safe. He can box guys like Pianetta for the next 4 or 5 fights. And then try to make his move in 2019 sometime, or early 2020. That's
what I was thinking. Yeah. So So maybe they're gonna sign the contract, but not for next fight. Maybe for another.
The guy's egotistic, and his ego is making him jump out there and do shit. He's attention hungry, and he's gonna try to do it. And I think that Deontay Wilder's gonna clip him, and get him out of there.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I can't see that. what I'm more concerned with is Joseph Parker.
What do you mean?
I think Joseph Parker at this time needs a new facelift. He needs a new trainer, you know, because obviously him and Kevin Barry is not on the same wavelength. Because in the last 2-3 fights, Joseph Parker, even the title-winning fight against Ruiz, Joseph Parker has not looked up to par. He does not look like he's interested. So Joseph Parker needs a facelift. He needs somebody to light a fire under his ass so he can get out there and do the job. He's capable, but he's not coming across the finish line in a fashion that a ex-heavyweight champion should do it. He looks disinterested.
I think that's the money.
He's fighting in slow motion.
Yeah.
And I think that it has to do with the chemistry between the boxer and the trainer. When you can't get results in 2 fights, you know, in the AJ fight, now he come back in the Dillian White. If he had started 2-3 rounds early, he might have knocked Dillian White out.
Yeah, well, he's definitely had the power. Like you said, he's got the capability, but it's just the mind, isn't it? The mind's not there. You know?
Dillian White was knocked out in that last few seconds. He was knocked out.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, absolutely, he was. He was.
So my is if somebody had lit a fire under Joseph Parker and said, look, go after this guy. Because Dillian White was tired. 3-4 rounds. He was the last 3-4 rounds. Dillian White was just, you know, fighting on instinct.
I think he got to him before the fight, though. To be fair, Mr. Bashir, I think Dillian got to him before the fight. He did it to Lucas as well. Dillian does a really good job of getting into the fighter's head and making him think.
Yeah, but that's where expertise come in at. That's where the trainers come in at. That's where the promoters come in at. That's where the people around them come in at. You know, you got to work on a fighter's mind too, because fighters' minds. A lot of fighters' mind. I'm not saying every fighter, but a lot of fighters' mind. When they're preparing for a fight, they're in remote control, you know, and they can drift here or they can drift there, to the right, to the left. You know, they can be in space and they might all they're focused on is getting in the ring and doing the job. So the people around them has got to step in and say, listen, don't buy into what this guy is talking about. Don't get engaged in this foolishness. You know, your job is to fight. Your job is not to come out there and talk a lot of smack. So, you know, behind the gloves and all of this stuff, you know, all that huffing and puffing and threatening and stuff, all you got to do is say, all right, okay, we'll see when the bell rings. We'll see when the bell rings. You know, I feel like I can do this. I feel like I can do that. When the bell rings, we'll see. You know, but you can't allow your fighters. You know, like I've always told Vladimir, if you notice that every media or every weigh-in, I've always been next to Vladimir, and I'll put my hand on and say, listen, all this is staring down at people for 15 seconds and 35 seconds. Just stare down for 5 seconds and let's go. What the fuck? You're not gonna win a fight staring at people.
Yeah,
it's just useless energy. It's just useless energy. It doesn't prove anything to me. You know, it doesn't prove anything to me, and I don't like it. I said, look, you do a stare down, you look at the opponent, shake his hand, and walk away. You got to fight this. You still got to fight. You still got to get in the ring and fight. So all that staring and huffing and puffing doesn't make sense to me. Dillian White, like I said, is a good fighter. He's not a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He's a blue-collar worker in the ring, you know. Most of the time, I think Dillian White is trying to get lucky. He's winging these punches from all over the place, trying to find a place to land a punch, you know. But when I was watching the fight with Park, I said, AJ will beat Dillian White again, probably next time, easier.
Yeah, I could see that. But Dillian, he has improved, though. He has improved.
Not to me.
Oh, dear. Really?
No, not to me.
He didn't use that jab the last time he fought with AJ. Or AJ didn't allow him to.
Yeah. He's using the jab, but that's basic. Jab is the first order of business in a boxing ring, you know? I still see a lot of punches that Dillian White is winging. He's winging his punches, and he's throwing them from all over the place. Look how many times he missed Joseph Parker.
Yeah. That's true.
He missed Joseph Parker numerous times, and if Parker had his head on straight, he could have been there to counter. You know? He could have been there to counter. But Joseph Parker, like I said, he needs a makeover. He needs somebody to light a fire on them and say, listen, get your shit together or you can get out of boxing. You're at the top of the ladder. You're one of the top fighters in the world, and you're fighting subpar. You're fighting just below the best. You can't compete with AJ and Deontay Wilder. It wasn't what Parker did in the AJ fight. It was what AJ didn't do. AJ might have stopped Parker. Had he stepped up, I thought sure he was going to stop Parker. You know, but AJ looked at show Parker more respect than what I thought he should have showed him. You know, it's a critical points in a fight. Critical decisions have got to be made. In other words, you have to roll the dice. You know. For instance, in the Vladimir Klitschko fight versus AJ, after Vladimir knocked AJ down, I would, as soon as he got in the corner, I would say, listen, take a deep breath, take another deep breath. Listen, when this bell ring, I want you to jump on AJ, roll the dice, jump on him, go right after him, jump on him, whatever happened, win, lose, or draw, we're going to make this thing happen in this round. But instead, you know, Jonathan Banks and Vitaly Klitschko told him to go out there and box and stay cool and calm. No. AJ was still buzzed after that day. He was still buzzed. And he should have jumped on him looking back. I would have had him jump on him and said, look, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen in this round. Whatever is going to happen, whatever the results is going to be, it's going to happen in this round. Cut the ring off, take the fight to AJ, and make it happen. But instead, you know, Vladimir went out there and stayed cool, calm, and collective, and AJ brought himself back into the fight. Yeah,
you're right about that. At that point, he should have jumped, tried to jump on. But that's who he's been for a while. That's why Manny Stid was there, and Manny was.
I would have told him to beat the horse to the gate.
But you was in the corner, innit? When you in the corner?
No. Too many cooks spoil the soup. You got Vitaly in the corner, and you got Jonathan Banks in the corner. What could I do in the corner? What would my voice mean in that corner?
Yeah, that's true.
My voice would have meant nothing in the corner, you know? But I would have had him, I'd say, take a deep breath, take another deep breath, pull yourself together. This is it. This round is it. I need you when this bell rings to jump on this man, go across that ring and make a fight out of it. Whatever happens is going to happen in this round. If you get knocked down and out, then so be it. But this round, we're going to go after him, and we're going to open up with both guns. With both guns blazing, we got to go get this guy now. But instead, the instruction was go out there, stay calm, box around, be cool, collect yourself. And in the meantime, you got a younger guy, a strong guy, and you're allowing him to collect himself. And in the training camp for that fight, I told Vladimir, I said, Vladimir, watch out for the fast start. One of those rounds, watch out for the fast start. And that's exactly what happened in that last round. AJ shot out that corner with the fast start, jumped on Vladimir and never got off. I told him, watch out for the fast start. You know, and the fast start means the fast start at the beginning of any one of those rounds. But I knew that at some point, when AJ thought that Vladimir was tiring, that there would be a fast start. And that's exactly what happened. And that I gave him an instruction in the training camp because I know from experience. You got an old warrior and you got a young warrior. And the major thing they're going to look for is they're going to look for the legs getting weak. They're going to look for the hands dropping. They're going to look for the hustle, huffing and puffing when they're on the inside, when they're infighting, bumping chests. They're going to sense that one is tiring. And I told Latimer, I said, listen, stay alert for the fast start. And that's exactly what happened. AJ came out the last round with a fast start. You see how he came out the corner the last round?
Yeah.
He came out the corner fast. Fast. And because Vladimir was tiring, he wasn't really alert. But I knew from experience that the fast start is what kills old fighters. The fast start is what injures fighters that's had a rough, tough round. They come back out the next round trying to buy time to conserve themselves, if you will. So, that's experience, though. I got that over the years of experience.
Yeah, that's true. They got a lot of experience there, man. It's a shame, man, but like I said, in it, at this point, I don't know if Joseph Parker wants it though. To be fair, going back to Joseph Parker, because he was saying, he got a lot of money from AJ. He made quite a lot of money from things. He's making his biggest payday, and it's that sort of money in New Zealand, not in Australia. That when they go back to New Zealand, you can live there living nicely, quite nicely, and they were saying that the hunger is really in there. Remember, he's kind of making his money away on other people's shores, like. How come they don't build him up in New Zealand? I mean, they did build him up in New Zealand, but all the big money's over here, like in the UK, and all the heavyweights over here. So,
hunger is something that's being controlled by the boxer themselves. The boxer sets the roof on how much money he has. Like Latimer Klitschko, like AJ, they're forging on. Even though they have a lot of money, they're still forging on. They're still showing interest in the sport. They're still showing the competitive edge that a champion shows. Whereas other people may not feel the same way, I made a few $1 million, so I can just kick back now and call it a day, So you can't tell them that. But you need somebody there to light a fire under him, I like Joseph Parker. And he shows me potential. He has potential, but somebody needs to light a fire under him. That's the whole thing. Somebody's got to light a fire under Joe Parker, otherwise he can forget it.
Yeah.
Because they got young lions coming. They got some young lions. The heavyweight division is starting to heat up now.
Yeah. Philo Perkovic coming through. Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is with Abel Sanchez. I know you wanted that job there, right there. Joe Joyce looks like he's pretty happy over there with Abel. Well,
I watch Abel Sanchez fighters. They all fight one way, and they're not able to deal with boxers. Now, Abel might have something to say about that, but I looked at Triple G versus Canelo. I looked at Triple G versus Jacobs. And when Triple G, when it came down to boxing, he couldn't deal with those boxers. They was putting a spanking on him. I thought Triple G won the fight with Canelo simply because Canelo didn't do enough of what he was doing. But he was making Triple G look like a novice.
Yep.
But he just wasn't applying himself enough. But he was taking Triple G to boxing school. He was beating him up. Danny Jacobs beat up Triple G. And then you come back with the Garcia fight versus Usyk. Usyk, that looked like a sparring session to me. Usyk beat up Garcia. Usyk beat up Garcia. Garcia had no clue as to what to do with Alexander Usyk. After the 5th round, he looked lost. After the 5th round, Garcia looked like he was lost. Usyk beat him up. So it seems to me that when Abel Sanchez boxes, they possess a lot of power, and it seems that's what their banking on his punching power and not boxing skills. That's just my opinion. You know, Abel may have something different to say about it, but in my opinion, they don't know how to deal with boxers. I saw recently where Abel said that, you know, that the style that Triple G has worked one time, and we're going to apply the same style to beat him a second time. I wouldn't do that if I was Abel. I would try to upgrade my attack. Because if he does that the second time, Canelo is subject to beat him.
Yeah. That's what people think is, they reckon it's the right time for Triple G to go down. Like just the weekend, Sergio Kovalev losing to Alado Alvarez. You saw that fight?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that Kovalev is mentally shot. I think the two encounters with Andre Ward took it out of him. I think that he's gone. I think the time now is right for Anthony Yard to take Kovalev now. I think Anthony Yard could come in, and I think that he could beat Kovalev now. Even though Anthony Yard is still green, I still think that now is the right time to come in and beat Kovalev, because I don't think he's mentally there anymore. Mm-hmm. And that means a lot in the fight game, you know. I don't think he has the mental confidence to go on in the sport.
Anthony Yard people, they said he don't want to fight no one. They said he's young and he's only 11 amateur fights, and they said that even though they're ranked and stuff like that, that's not the way Tunde Ajayi was trying to go. He's not trying. They're not even trying to go that way.
Well, you know, it's not much they can do. He's in the #1 spot, the WBO.
That's what I'm saying.
It's sort of like if you look at the situation, it's sort of like Fernando Vargas was back in the welterweights. Mm-hmm. Fernando Vargas became the #1 contender, and they put him in the fire.
Oh, against Trinidad?
Against Trinidad, against De La Hoya, against Wiki Wright. He had no choice.
Yeah.
He was the #1 contender. You got to piss or get off the pot.
Well, to be fair, he had the fight with the Winky Wright, which is close, and then he had the Ike Cortez fight, and these are at 154. So he did have some names coming into that, and also
I think he was fortunate to get the decision over Ike Cortez.
Yeah, and the Winky Wright, that's a word, but and also the Campus. He had the Uruguay Campus fight. He's quite experienced, so he had names coming into that fight in terms of like thing. But this but Vargas was really green. He didn't have a really big amateur career. Did he go to the Olympics? I think he went to the Olympics, didn't medal. I don't think he got a medal though. He got to the Olympics, he didn't medal though. Mayweather did.
Yeah, but he was still green when he was facing those guys. He was still green.
He was. Yeah, he was. You were. Yeah.
But he was the #1 contender, and Anthony Yard is the WBO's #1 contender.
Yeah. So
WBO is not gonna let him sit back and say, "Okay, we're gonna let you get 2 or 3 more fights before we put you out there."
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
So I think that he's gonna have to relinquish that #1 spot if he doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, well, we have to see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with him and just with boxing in the UK. Like I said over here as well, I agree with everything you said about Joseph Parker. You know, he needs someone light enough this up. But I don't know if these fighters these days, to be fair, Mr. Shear, want that. It seems like to me they everything kind of going their way, and some trainers just want to get along to be along. I think you're one of them guys there. You don't care. You're gonna put it underneath them. And that's why it's like, you know, you got all these strength and conditioning.
I work with every day.
Mm-hmm.
The guys I work with every day, I said, look, we go to the dance, it's going to be tough out there. Get your mind together, because we go on to the dance, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to keep babysitting you. I'm not doing that. If you want a babysitter, okay, go get a babysitter. But this is the fight game, you know. I look back at guys like Timothy Witherspoon. Witherspoon, in his 14th or 15th fight, he was fighting the great Larry Holmes. Mm-hmm. Witherspoon didn't have an amateur career. Witherspoon didn't have an amateur career, and I think in his 15th fight, he fought the great Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
And he fought him to a 15-round decision.
Mm-hmm.
A decision to this day, fans are still debating whether Witherspoon really won that fight or whether he lost. I had him losing the fight in the last 2 rounds. I think Larry Holmes did enough to maintain the title, but it still was a good fight, a debatable fight where people said Witherspoon won the fight. But here's a guy that didn't have no amateur background, but he raised his game. And if you look at the guys that Witherspoon fought after he lost to Larry Holmes,
mm-hmm.
James Broad, David Baird, all those guys, he was fighting the top 20 heavyweights in the world with no amateur background. So sometimes what I'm saying is sometimes an amateur career makes a difference in a boxer's career. And then there are times where it doesn't make a difference. It's the mentality of the individual. If the mentality says that I'm great, I want to be great, you're able to reach different heights of what it is that you're pursuing. Everybody puts so much emphasis on amateur careers, and he's got experience. I've seen guys come in the pros that have a beautiful amateur background, but they pan out. They couldn't pan out as a professional.
Mm-hmm.
They were short-lived as a professional. They had beautiful amateur careers, but when they got to the pros, they didn't pan out because they put everything they had into the amateur career. But when they got to the pros, they didn't pan. So it's a case for and against. Sometimes it makes a difference, and oftentimes it doesn't make a difference. It depends on the individual, what the individual's mindset is, what the individual's capabilities are, what his physical attributes are. It's so many ramifications that I can inject in this conversation.
Mm.
But I'm not one of those persons that says, oh, this guy's got 55, 85 amateur fights, and he's better than this guy because the guy don't have it. I don't believe that. I think George Foreman had, 20 amateur fights when he won the gold medal.
Yeah.
20. And he turned pro right after he won the gold medal and beat up everybody.
He did. Errol Spence did that. He didn't even medal in the 2012, and he's beating up everyone as well.
But you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. George Foreman only had 20 amateur fights. And he came in the pros and ran through everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's a case for and against. You can't just base everything on a guy's expertise because he had a good amateur career.
Yeah.
Man, he had 175 fights in amateurs. That makes him. Sometimes it makes a difference, and other times it doesn't. It depends on the individual. I always say that, and I'll say that to the day I'm dead. It does. Sometimes it makes a difference, and other times it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tim Witherspoon and George Foreman is a living testimony to that.
Mm.
Living testimonies,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mr. Bashir. We're going to call it in now. I'm going to try and talk to Eddie Mustafa Mohammed. I think one of his fighters on the card, I think Ava Knight or one of his fighters got didn't get their money paid, so I'm going to give him a call. Your good long friend Eddie Mustafa Mohammed, one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time, boy, the Flame. So I'll try and give him a call and try and talk to him and that. But
yeah, tell Eddie, give Eddie my regards. Eddie's my man,
Yeah, I mean, because of you, that's what hooked up with Eddie. Like Eddie's always got stuff to say, man. So I'm gonna try and hit up with Eddie about this.
Just tell Eddie I asked about him. He knows who I am.
Mm.
He knows me very well.
Mm.
We go a long way back. Just tell him I asked about him and tell him to keep on doing what he's doing.
Alright, I'm going to do that, man. Mr. Bashir, it's always a pleasure. And we'll catch you up probably after around the Fury fight, because I might be going to Ireland, I might be going to Ireland for that fight and hanging out with Wilder and stuff like that. So I'm not too sure what's how that. Yeah.
Alright.
So
good for you.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work, but if around that time, and then I'll have a more in-depth conversation around what's going to happen with Fury and Wilder. Hopefully something else happens there. So
I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
Alright, man. You take care, Mr. Bashir. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
DJ Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.
Buster Douglas knocked him out. Buster Douglas, the fat bump, the legend. I mean,